right, welcome back to my channel. So this is the look that I created using this bad boy. So this is the Armed and Gorgeous palette by Jaclyn Hill, and it looks like that. Looks like that. So if you want to see how I created this look, just keep on watching. All right guys, so welcome back, and we're gonna just go ahead and jump right into this video. Main reason why I wanted to record today was because I know I'm late, but it's okay, because I got the Jaclyn Hill palette. It looks like that. And this one is the Armed and Gorgeous. Take a little slip out of here as well. So it looks like that. And that's actually really pretty. So basically, let me just tell you what prompted this this makeup look basically today. I wanted to use the 35O palette by Morphe, and for some reason I cannot find mine. Well, I gave my 35O palette away, but I know that I got the 3502 palette and I can't find that one. So I just went out and bought this one here, and we'll just play around with these colors. I mean, it's really pretty. It is really pretty. So we'll just play around with these colors. You know what? We're in quarantine. I absolutely love watching videos, and they're like a bit longer than 5 minutes, hell, even longer than 10 minutes. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna do a longer video today. I got my Jaclyn candle back there. It smells amazing. Which one do I have? Skinny Dipped is, that's the candle right there, Skinny Dipped by Jaclyn, and I absolutely love her candles. They're bomb. So we're gonna jump right into this, and I'm gonna just look at my skin. I've already prepped my skin for the most part, but that was like about 10 minutes ago. I just threw a load of clothes in to wash. So I'm looking at my skin. So, oh baby, it's time it's time to shave my upper lip. Basically, since I took off all of my moisturization from around here, I'm going to just use the Fenty primer, and I'm going to just put that all over. So I also need to moisturize my lips because my lips are really dehydrated right now. And I'm using this Bite Beauty. This is the Agave. And I think they changed the packaging and they changed the formula. This is like an old one that I've had. And this thing is so good. Now to add to my face, I'm gonna add some strobe cream. And I never usually use this all over the way that I'm using it right now. I usually just use it just on like my cheekbones. But it is a moisturizer, so I figured, why not? So I'm gonna start going into the eyeshadow. So I'm gonna wipe off any moisture that I had on my lid. I'm gonna use the P. Louise base in number 2. All right, so now going into the palette, and I'm very happy that we actually have shade names. So that is amazing. Like, this is like my favorite brush. This has no name. I use it all the time. It's just, let's start with Access. And I'm gonna just use the mirror that's in this palette. And I'm gonna just pat that all over into the crease. So I like to use a patting motion first before I start blending it. I find that that works the best. Almost into the brow bone, but not quite. Okay, do that to the other side. Taking a MAC 286 brush, I'm gonna go into Secure. Oh wait, Secure and Agent look very similar. I'll go into Agent, and then I'm going to get that right here. I find that when I press the colors in. It doesn't matter even if I'm using a fluffy brush like this brush by MAC. Even though it is fluffy, when I press it in, I find that I get a much better color payoff. And then I just blend it out. So that's what I'm doing. I'm actually gonna go into Sucre now, and I'm gonna just show you guys that again. I'm gonna pat it on first, and then blend it. With the remaining product that's on the brush, I'll just bring it in. So this way you always get a really nice seamless blend, as opposed to just going right in on top of your whether you're using concealer or an eyeshadow base and just going in and start. I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. And I find that a lot of people oftentimes say that, oh well, the color was not pigmented or blah, blah. I'm just like, but it's all a matter of how you're, you know, placing the products. I'm a firm believer of where you place your products and how you're placing the products that makes the biggest difference in the world. Now, what I'm looking for is if these colors are going to actually blend well into each other. So far, we're blending really well into each other. Now, going back to that first brush and using the color Access, I'm going to go right back right over here under the brow bone, just kind of hovering over that color, those orangey shades, because we do want that transition to be seen. So now I'm going to take the MAC 217 brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to look straight on at the mirror, and I'm going to try to figure out where I want to place this color. Now I want to place this color out here, most likely. Yeah, I'm going to place it like out here. And I'm looking straight on because I want to make sure that I don't tuck it under my crease. My crease is here, and I don't want this color to be hidden. So I wanted all the colors to be seen. So I'm going to tap into Smooth Criminal right there, okay? That's where I want the color to be most prominent. And then once I've placed it, now I can start bringing it in with whatever is remaining. I'm going to bring it inwards. Again, I'm going to make sure that that color is visible. Nothing actually left on this brush, so I'm going to just use this to diffuse and pull out this color. Well, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my second brush, the 286. I'm going to go back into Sucre, and I'm going to just go right over that brown shade because I don't want to lose that color there. Just go right into Prowl. I'm going to use that same 217 brush. I'm going to bring that onto the innermost portion. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a tapping sweeping motion. All right, so this is how this eye is looking here. What I did was I decided to take my 217 brush, and on the belly of the brush, as opposed to the tip of the brush, so on the belly, I'm going to dip into Prowl. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press right here. You saw me pressing and tapping that in. I'm going to keep pressing it and like press and dragging it inwards. Look straight. I'm going to look straight. I'm going to look at whatever I need to fix. What I'm doing is I'm bringing whatever is left, I'm bringing it up more. Just kind of, I'm going inward, and I'm using small circles, bringing it up. And then back out. Go back into Access with the first brush, and I'm going to go back over just a little bit, like the smallest amount, like literally the smallest amount. I'm going to go over kind of everything. So I decided to swatch the shades, and this second shade here actually is Guilt Trip. The first shade is actually Coin, which is really pretty. The third shade is VIP, and then the last shade is Classified. All right, so first I'm gonna go into the color VIP, and I'm gonna use a MAC 219 brush, and I'm gonna just pop that right here on the inner corner. Okay, go in with Classified, and I'm gonna use that same 217 brush, and before I spray it, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just dip into it. I'm deciding to do this first before I go in with any Fix Plus or anything else, because I like to blend like these glitters sometimes, well, all the time, because I don't want it to be harsh up here. So as you can see, I'm kind of blending it up. 19 brush, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the color, let's use Guilt Trip, and I'm gonna just pop that right in between those two shades. I don't want it to be so dark white, and I don't want it to just go into like this bronzy shade. It's like a bronzy brown shade, so I didn't want it to be just so stark. See what I'm doing? Just kind of following the natural curvature of my eye. And that's what I'm gonna do right there. I'm gonna go into Top Secret using MAC 266 brush, this is that angle brush. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip into this shade, and oh, that's a lot of kickback. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just line my lash line with the shade. I made like a little baby wing. It's not like too much. Just something like that. Anyways, I'm taking my Ardell 259 lashes, and what I'm gonna do is, aside from cutting the sides of the lash band, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this Fenty Fly Liner, and because this is a fairly, it's a thin band, but it's a thick enough band as well. So basically it has like that clear strip, and I don't want that clear strip to actually show. So what I'm gonna do is this is what I do for all my clients as well. I just, no matter what, if I ever have any lashes that are anything like this, I just try to cover up that lash band. Now, the lashes look like that. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but now they look like that, and they look really, really pretty. They look like some designer lashes. So I'm gonna just let that sit and let that dry completely before I put on any lashes. Try something a little different. I'm gonna mix these two foundations, and this is the Makeup Forever Reboot. This is like my perfect shade. The NARS is a little light, I think. This is Tahoe. I'm gonna mix these two colors. Using this Pinnacle foundation brush, it's really, really nice. I'm mixing the Makeup Forever Reboot foundation in Y434 and the new NARS Soft Matte foundation in the shade Tahoe. This was bomb. This is so flawless. Like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. All right, and this brush is like literally bomb. Don't sleep on it. So for concealer, I actually use the NARS and Sucre D'Orge and Fenty in the shade 300. Okay, so to blend out that concealer, I'm using the Anissa Angled Concealer Brush. And then I ended up using the Pinnacle Foundation Brush to kind of blend it all out. And then for the contour, I ended up using the Crescent Contour Brush. And then for the powder brush, I'm using the Multi Powder Brush. And these brushes all performed really, really beautifully. So whatever's left on this brush, I'm gonna just put that back into the tear ducts. I'm also gonna use the same bullet brush. I'm gonna wipe it off to go back into the palette. The color that I'm gonna use first is going to be Success. I'm gonna bring that kind of low. And then I'm gonna go into Top Secret. I'm gonna use the same angled brush for Top Secret. Okay, now to intensify this a bit more, I'm gonna go back into that blue and I'm going to put that on my bottom lash line. So I'm gonna go back in my bullet brush, the 219, and I'm gonna just go back, not adding any additional product. So now, because I wanna bring these colors up a little bit, I'm gonna go into Smooth Criminal. And right there, I'm gonna bring this up. And that way you can see it through those lashes. And of course, I'm gonna go back into that first brush. I'm gonna go into Access. I'm gonna blend everything together. Okay, so for the lips, I used Polished Prize by MAC. This is a lip lacquer. And then for the lip liner, I used MAC Night Moth. This lip is bomb. As you can see, I'm like playing around with my hair because, oh my God, what a struggle. But we got it together in the end. Oh, the hair is a complete struggle, but it's okay because the face is nice. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share with one of your friends if you learned something. Pass it on to somebody else. They may learn something as well.